Let's be real. As architects, we spend a lot of time into the profession, but at the same time, we do not make a very handsome income, especially when you're still in college or as fresher architects. The basic pay of architects in India is still incredibly low. We can hope for things to change, but until then, I've got 7 side hustle ideas that can help you generate both active and passive income. These are things that even I am working myself towards, and most of these things on the list are things that I've tried out or I know someone who's tried and found success in this. So before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for notification. So before we jump into this list and share you the sources of income generation, I want to let you know that these are not things that you can do today and start making money tomorrow. It takes a fair amount of time, effort and skill building to get there, but once you take off, trust me, it will definitely be worth it. Number 1 on the list is website design. Now I understand that this sounds a bit away from architecture. There's a market out there for website design. I personally seen a lot of architecture websites who have a domain, but when you visit them, it shows that it's always under construction. It stays the same for many years, and the reason behind this is because the firms do not have the time to put in the effort to build their websites. I've seen the same case in small as well as mid-size and large firms as well. They hesitate to outsource these projects to web designers because building websites for an architecture firm is slightly different than building websites for other industries. For an architecture firm, you would probably have to show the final output along with the process of how the design evolved towards the final output. This is something that architects understand, and not every web designer understands the process behind this. If you're a student or a freelance architect, you can go and approach these architecture firms and offer to help them build their websites. All through our education, we develop a strong sense of understanding of how presentation sheets work, and we also understand the technical aspects such as fonts, alignments, color palettes and so on, and all of these can be applied in web design. I recently built a website for myself using Wix, and it was actually easier than I thought. You just need to spend some time to understand the interface and the options provided. You can use Wix, WordPress or GoDaddy, which are some of the widely used platforms today. Or you can even use AI to help you build a website. There are tons of AI options available in the market today, and you don't need to have any coding knowledge to use them. Some examples of such websites are Mixo, Durable, and TenWeb. If you think this works for you, then you can eventually start building websites for not just architecture firms, but other industries such as real estate, interior design, and so on. Number 2 is digital products. Digital products are an intangible item that can be sold online and downloaded. This includes texture, plugins, software, ebooks, and so on. There are 3 categories of digital products that can be sold in the architectural market, and this can generate a good source of passive income if you're a student or an architect who is employed full-time. The first one would be brushes, textures, cutouts, and other graphics that are used in post-production. Almost every architect and architecture student uses Photoshop for post-production, and post-production is something that takes a lot of time, especially when you're close to the deadline. You can create brushes or cutout graphics in your own unique style and would save a lot of time for others in the workflow. It could even be used by architecture firms to save their time. I have created my own products on Gumroad, and my latest product called Photoshop Pencil Brushes for Architects has been giving me a decent passive income. The link to this is in the description. Apart from Photoshop, a lot of people have started using Procreate for iPad, so you can create customized products for that as well. The next product would be ebooks related to design, sketching, art, or anything that you are specialized in. Ebooks are something that never go out of trend, and a lot of people use Kindle or tablets for reading. Most of these people will be willing to pay for an ebook if you provide value in them. It could be handbooks, tutorials, articles, or even an ebook with collection of photographs or sketches that can be used as a reference. If you have a specialization in other fields apart from architecture, that could be a great way to produce ebooks as well. The third category is something that most people have not heard of. You can actually sell your 3D models that you make in SketchUp, Rhino, or Revit in websites such as CG Trader, Sketchfab, or TurboSquid. These websites have models that you cannot typically find in free websites like SketchUp Warehouse, and the models are unique and well detailed. If you happen to be someone who makes unique 3D models for your college projects or just as a hobby, then you could upload these online and maybe someone would be interested in buying them. I also think some famous architecture designs or product designs can be made as 3D models and uploaded to these websites, and there would be a great possibility that people will be interested in buying them. The next one is being an artist. Almost everyone who's into architecture has some inclination towards art, and being an artist can be a great way to make a side income or even a main profession in the online and offline market. Being an artist has many subcategories like portrait, minimal art, geometric art, tattoo designs, and the list goes on. You could be a specialist in any one of these. It would be a great move to niche down to any one of these subcategories so that you have a wide advantage in your specific market. In the online space, you can sell your original artwork or prints on websites like Etsy or Shopify. You can take your designs or art and put them on multiple products like coffee mugs, t-shirts, or keychains and sell them to customers as well. You can sell your art as NFTs, and that's an exciting new avenue for artists. You can even take up customized artworks and commissions by building a strong social media presence and by registering on websites like Fiverr or Upwork. In the last few years, I've had a steady commissioned work from my Instagram profile and from Fiverr related to pen and ink drawings and architectural illustrations, which is now my full-time career as well. The offline space works pretty much the same, where you can put your works in exhibitions or displays and sell physical products or printed copies. Making money through art is a really extensive topic, and we've only touched the tip of the iceberg. Comment down below if you want me to make a detailed video on this specific topic. The next one is internships. Now, I'm not talking about the mandatory internship that we do as part of the academics, but you can actually approach an architecture firm at any point in your academics and ask for an internship. Most of the small and mid-scale architecture firms will be happy to have a helping hand in the projects, and by doing this, you will be able to stay connected with the profession and also be able to make some extra bucks after college. Now, I understand that many architecture firms in India don't even pay for the mandatory internship semester, but trust me, there are many architecture firms who will be willing to help you and also be able to pay you if you provide value and stay committed to the firm. Also, when you graduate, you can have a better understanding of how things work. This will also provide a great opportunity for you to consult and ask help about your academics to anyone in the architecture firm, and this will ultimately make you a better designer. The next one is tour guides. Architects have a great inclination towards architectural history and monuments. They even spend a substantial amount of time learning about the local history, architecture, and heritage in the academics. So if you're someone who's interested in the local history of your city, its heritage and architecture, you could be a tour guide and share your knowledge to people who visit to your city. You can partner up with travel agencies for this, and this could be a great way to make some extra bucks in your free time or holidays. Being an architect or an architecture student adds more credibility to you, and you can talk about things related to planning, design, and detailing in a way that others cannot. Heritage walks are something that have been recently popular, and you can partner up with someone or conduct your own heritage walks in your cities. Before we move on to the next one, do me a small favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because that motivates me to create more amazing content like this. The next one on the list is architecture photography and videography. Personally, I know many architects who've turned into architectural photographers and have found immense success in their ventures. With businesses turning towards social media and content creation, many architecture firms have the need to produce content in terms of reels, YouTube videos, or documentaries. This could be a great opportunity if you're interested in architecture photography, and you can work with these designers to shoot their designs of built spaces and interiors. On a really pro level, you can even work for magazines or take part in competitions and so on. But even in a mid-level, I think there's a great market out there with good opportunities. And obviously, you don't need to have a very great camera to begin your photography, because smartphones today offer some amazing features. The next one is architectural writing. Architecture is a field that is rich in insights, ideas, and stories. As an architectural writer, you can share knowledge related to history, architectural design principles, innovative ideas, sustainable projects, and even offer practical tips to students. By sharing your expertise through articles, blog posts, or publications, you can establish yourself as an authority in the field and attract an audience interested in architectural topics. Architectural publications, magazines, and other platforms are always in a search for quality content. You can pitch your ideas to relevant publications and offer your writing services. As you establish relationships with editors and publishers, you can secure regular writing assignments and earn a steady income. Now, some of you might be thinking that some AI websites like ChatGPT can actually write articles. So what is the need for an architectural writer? If you're using ChatGPT or any other similar website, you would have noticed that the content becomes a bit repetitive after a certain point of time. You can notice that the articles have the same sentence formation, grammar, and the same way of storytelling. So if you take these articles and compare it with a professional architectural writer, someone like Nikita Morel, you would notice that these articles are nowhere near. So this proves that architectural writing with a human touch is definitely in demand. The next one is niche graphic design. The reason why I say niche graphic design is because graphic design is a vast and a saturated area. To actually be able to make a decent amount of money through graphic design, you need to specifically niche down to your area of interest or a specific industry. There are new products coming out in the market very often, and all these products need good graphics to be presented in brochures, print media, and online media. As an architect, you will be able to visually present these products because you will understand these products from a designer as well as a consumer point of view. If you want to niche down to a field outside of architecture, that works as well. It could be related to food, clothing, and so on. UI and UX is a great area to explore as well. It's a completely different field, but I would still categorize this under graphic design for better understanding. My success in graphic design has been quite good. I'm currently handling the social media pages of a few reputed real estate agencies, and my responsibility is to create graphics of their build spaces. I've also worked on brochure designs of few real estate projects. We have an advantage here as architects because the brochures need to have the site plans and individual plans represented properly, and this might not be understood by regular graphic design. The next one is teaching or tutoring. All the points that we just spoke about previously can be taught to others who are willing to learn, and this could be a great side income if you're really confident about your specialization. It could be both an online and offline mode of teaching. You can take online workshops in areas of your specialization, and architecture in general is always evolving. So there's always a new content to research and teach about. We have the AI coming up, so that could be a great avenue to start with and teach people how to implement it in their workflow. The same content can be made as online courses, which offers more flexibility to people accessing it. As a creator, it's only a one-time effort of recording and uploading, and could generate income passively when people access it. The offline mode of teaching can again be great through live workshops or coaching. You could take seminars or lectures at different institutes and provide an industry value to students. Personally, I've had my own live workshops, and I've also been to architectural institutions for workshops and for guest lectures. I'm also in the process of building my own online course related to sketching. So if you're interested in this, make sure you visit my website and subscribe so that you'll be the first one to be updated. So that brings us to the end of the list. But before you go, I need to tell you that no matter which one you pick, make sure you give your best towards it. Because the efforts that you put towards it will never be wasted, and it can be highly rewarding in the long run. Some of you will even be able to make your own career out of these, just like how I made architectural illustration my full-time career. If you got any questions, you can comment them down below. Like this video if you found this to be helpful and share it with your friends. I'll see you on the next one.